You've probably seen these pages on Instagram. Simple quotes, plain backgrounds, nothing fancy. No crazy editing, no high production, no face, no voice, just quotes. And yet somehow they're still making money with it. That's the part that confuses most people, because when you think about making money online, you usually imagine something complicated, right? You think you need skills, experience, maybe even some kind of a talent, but then you see a page posting basic quotes every day and they're getting engagement, they're growing fast, and in some cases making hundreds of dollars per post. So naturally, the question is this actually real? Or is it just another one of those things that sounds good but doesn't really work? Well, the short answer is yes, it works, but not in the way most people think. Because the way it's usually presented is very misleading, and these people have already too many followers. People make it sound like you can just post quotes and grow a page and then just start making money all of a sudden, like it's some kind of a simple system. And technically that is the process, but what they don't explain is what actually makes it work. Because posting quotes is not the business. Attention is the business. These pages are not making money because of quotes. They're making money because they've built an audience. You can make quotes with ChatGPT, right? And the quotes are just the way they attract and keep that audience, the way they nurture their audience. Now, if you understand that, everything else starts to make more sense. If you don't, you'll probably treat this like a shortcut and it won't work. So let's break it down properly. At the core, what these pages are doing is very simple. They post content that people relate to, that people save, and that people come back to. All right? That's it. Think about when people scroll through Instagram. They're not looking for complex content. They're not analyzing design. They're just reacting to things that feel relevant to them. A quote that hits at the right moment can outperform a highly edited video. All right? So that's the trick. That's why this works. Not because quotes are special, but because they're easy to consume and they're easy to share. Remember, Instagram loves shares and saves. Now, here's where most people get it wrong. They think the simplicity means that this is easy. Well, it is simple, but it's never going to be easy. It is not easy because consistency is the actual requirement. These pages don't post once in a while. Maybe now, once they've got like millions of followers. But when they were just starting out, if that's something that you want to do now, you have to post every day. Sometimes multiple times a day. And then you do it for a week, sometimes months, before seeing real results. And that's what people are not telling you, and that's what people are scared of. That's the part nobody talks about because it's not as attractive as, make money with quotes now, $1 million tomorrow. So where is the money coming from? Well, the main thing is shoutouts, but it's not so good as before. Now we have something else. Now, a shout-out is basically a paid post where you promote someone else's page, someone else's product, or a service. And this is where things get interesting because even smaller pages can start doing this. At the beginning, it might be $5, $10, $20 per post. Eventually, some pages charge $100, $200. It depends on the number of followers as well. And the reason people pay, well, it's simple. They're not paying for the post. They're paying for the attention. If someone sells a product or a course or a service, whatever, and they get even a few customers from that post, they make their money back. Now, apart from shoutouts, you've got these websites, this collapser right here. And this is good because you can join as a creator here and then people can find you and your niche, depending on what is your niche and what is your page going to be about. It's more for influencers though, but there is a place for quote pages as well. Another one is this. It's called Aspire. So you can just head over and take a look at this one as well. But again, this only works if you have an audience. Without attention, there's nothing to monetize. So let's talk about building that audience because this is where the real work is. The first step is choosing a niche. And yes, this matters. You can't just post random quotes about everything. Yes, this page can do it, but this is still like business, mindset, whatever, motivation. But if your content is all over the place, people won't follow. And yes, the most common niche is motivation, and there's a reason for that. It's broad, it's relatable, and it works across different audiences. Quotes about discipline, about money, about success, consistency. These always perform. But just picking a niche is not enough. You also need to understand what works within that niche. And the easiest way to do that is to study existing pages like this one. Not to copy from them, but to understand the patterns. What kind of quotes get engagement? What tone do they use? What style do they post? Because if something is already working, there is a reason behind it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now let's talk about AI. AI makes this process faster. That's the main benefit. So instead of searching for quotes manually, you can generate them. So instead of designing from scratch, you can just use some templates. But just like with TikTok, AI is not the advantage because everyone has access to it. So if your entire strategy is, I'll use AI to make quotes, you're not doing anything different. And that means you'll blend in. What actually matters is the ideas you choose, the tone you use, and how consistent you are. Now, here's something most people overlook. Not all quotes perform the same. The best performing quotes are not just positive, all right? They trigger something. They call out a certain behavior. They highlight uncomfortable truths or challenge the reader, all right? For example, like this one, your attitude is critical to success. That's gonna hit most people. That's what makes people save. That's what makes people share and come back to it. And saves are more important than likes. Just forget about likes. Likes look good, but saves tell Instagram that the content is valuable. And that's what gets pushed further. Now, let's talk about some growth, because this is another area where people try shortcuts. The biggest mistake is buying followers. This kills your account because those followers don't engage. And without engagement, your content doesn't get pushed. What actually works is slower. You go to pages in your niche, like this one, and then you just, go to their followers, all right? Just head over to their followers. Click on here to followers, and then follow people who are already interested in that content. Some of them will follow you back. Not all of them, of course, not even a high percentage. Maybe 10%, but that's more than enough to grow. And this will add up over time. So make a habit, just head over and follow some people every day, and some of them will come back to you. Now, another method is engaging with people who liked similar posts or who commented on these posts, like this one, all right? And the reason is because they've already shown interest. So you're not reaching random people, you're reaching the right people. And yes, consistency can be achieved with tools as well, because you don't need to post live every day. You can batch your content. You can create multiple posts in one session, and then you can just schedule them. You can use Meta Business for it. That's what it is there for. And this is how people stay consistent without burning out, because consistency is what builds momentum, and momentum is what leads to growth. Also, you can use canva.com to help you with your ideas. They've got a lot of templates here, such as this one. This is a minimalist quote. Just use the tools around you and look at what people before you did. But to be honest, most people won't stick with this, not because it is hard, but because it is repetitive. Posting every day with no immediate results, it feels slow. And that's where most people quit. But that's also why it works for those who don't quit, because the barrier is not the skill, it is patience. Once you have the attention, once you grow your account, monetization becomes easier, you're more happy about it. Shoutouts, as I've told you, are one option, but you can also promote affiliate products. You can make your own product. You can link offers in your bio. You can, even sell your own course or a service, whatever. The model is just simple. Attention first, money second, not the other way around. And this is where most people fail. They want money immediately. Not going to happen. Without attention, there's nothing to convert. So the final truth, yes, you can make money with quote pages. It's going to be hard. You have to be patient, but it's not because of quotes. It's because of consistency. It's because of audience building and understanding what people engage with. If you treat it like a shortcut, it won't work. If you treat it like a system and give it time, it can work. And that's really the difference. Most people look for easy methods. The ones who actually succeed, they build something simple and stick with it long enough for it to work. Also, just think about it. Do you have the stomach for it? Do you have the time for it? Do you have the patience for it? And then decide, all right? And if you're not, there's a lot of other money-making options for you out there. So yeah, just explore. Wish you good luck, and I'll catch you in the next one.